Hi, Steve Reed here with a quick EdTech tip on using infographics as a way for students to create projects in your classroom. Infographics have become really popular in the last few years. You see infographics everywhere. I decided to use UDL as a couple of quick examples here to remind you what an infographic is. Infographics are a great way to take a lot of information, maybe complex information, and put it into a simpler, easier to understand format. What that means for our students is it gives them a great option in how to prove their knowledge, for you to assess them, and for them to kind of use visual graphic method for just kind of showing you what they've learned, taking a more complex idea and simplifying it. A couple of examples from my classroom. I had my students create very, very simple infographics based on a TED Ed talk that they watched. So they had to watch the presentation, and then they had to pull the three main points and put it into a simple infographic with kind of the main idea at the bottom. The kids had a good time doing this. I think it was a nice alternative for them from just writing a report or a paragraph, and it met my needs easily. So, for you to do this, if you want your kids to have the option to create infographics in the classroom, I suggest using the website Infogram. It's pretty easy for the students to sign in just using their school Google accounts. My students didn't really have any problems with the sign-in process. It was just a few clicks, and once they're in, and the page loads, they will see a bunch of templates that they can choose from. The one thing I will advise you is you're going to want to make sure that they have drawn an outline or sketched their information. They want to have their information organized and ready before they get to this point. That's really important. But if they go into the infographic templates page here, it will give them several options. The top ones are free. The bottom ones require subscription. But there's plenty of choices, or they can start from scratch. They may want to do that or use one of the simpler ones to get started. If you use some of the timelines or the other ones, they'll have to delete a lot of other information before they go forward. But once they select the template that they want to use and give it a title, it will launch the editor, which is really easy to use and frankly kind of fun. My students, I had to keep encouraging them to keep moving forward because they were having so much fun adding in little icons and just being creative with the design software. Once they're in there, it's literally no learning curve. It's pretty straightforward. You can modify, add text, move things around, change colors, do whatever you need to do to kind of make the infographic have the information that you want to represent, and modify it according to the information that you're putting in there. We didn't get into the graphs and things like that yet, but it does have some really strong tools for creating graphs and representing data in different ways. It has a map tool. You can embed videos. You can pretty much do almost anything with these infographics as far as representing information graphically. There are also several options when you go to share it. I found the best one was just to share the link, and it gets saved publicly on the student's profile. And so all in all, this was a really good project for us, and I think a nice alternative for those students who are looking for something to be a little more creative with the way they're going to represent their learning. If you have questions, feel free to let us know. Either myself or any of my tech integration or technology internship students should be able to lend a hand. Thanks so much.